Mayor Bill de Blasio is feeling the heat over his proposed budget cuts to the city's public libraries, cuts that advocates say would force libraries to scale back their hours, programs, and days of service. Members of the City Council, including Speaker Corey Johnson and Library Committee Chair Jimmy Van Bramer, have publicly blasted the mayor's proposed $11 million in cuts. And the council is instead asking the administration to increase funding for the city's 3 public library systems, which they argue provide essential services to the city's neediest residents. Mayor de Blasio has justified the cuts by saying that all city agencies are being asked to shrink their budgets this year. And according to a spokesperson for his administration, city funding for libraries actually grew by an unprecedented $88 million during the mayor's watch. And joining us now with the latest on the proposed library budget cuts is New York Daily News City Hall reporter Anna Sanders. Anna, welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
So let's start with that, with the amount of the cuts. You know, I said 11 million in the introduction. I've seen other figures. What exactly is the figures that the mayor's proposing?
He's proposing a $10.4 million cut, which includes some funding that was added last year and that is no longer being added again, but also as well as like some general cuts to funding that had been in place for a couple of years now.
And how much does that amount add up in relation to the overall library budget?
The overall library budget is fairly large, considering, but for the library system, it's the smaller branches that are the ones that are going to really feel the cuts, because it's like every little penny counts when you need a librarian to come in on a Sunday, for instance. But in the scope of the entire city budget, $10.4 million is nothing. The entire city budget that the mayor is proposing is the highest it's ever been, $92.5 billion, which is an unprecedented budget amount as well. And I think that a lot of advocates are saying that, yes, it's several million dollars, but it's nothing compared to the overall scope of the budget, like less than a fraction of a percent.
So, but what are the people responsible for the 3 library systems in Manhattan, Brooklyn, and Queens saying would be the result or the effects of these cuts?
It would primarily affect the hours and the number of staffers that are available, because libraries can't be open without staff manning the library branches. So, yes, the mayor has increased funding, allowing for more hours, but you know, communities have gotten used to those increased hours. So the exact fallout from these cuts is not really known, because the libraries have kind of started to expect the money because it's been in place for a couple of years now. And what they're really looking at is fewer hours, fewer programs, and it's really the outer borough libraries and the smaller branches that would be the most impacted, not the big one in, you know, on 42nd Street. That's not going to be affected by this as much.
So, I mean, given the fact that the budget, his proposed budget is so large, aside from the fact that he's saying that he's cutting from everywhere and everyone, what are some of his justifications for these particular cuts?
I think one of his biggest justifications is that he has increased funding, so he feels like it's, you know, time that the library feel the sting of the economic reality. I mean, for years, ever since the mayor, you know, took office, people have been warning that there's going to be a recession and there will be an economic downturn. And this is actually the first year where the mayor instituted what's called a PEG, a program to eliminate the gap, something that Mayor Bloomberg did quite consistently. And it mandates agencies cut across the board certain levels of funding. And I think his justification is everywhere, like you said, is seeing cuts. And with libraries, it's not essential services like police, schools, fire. I mean, of course, advocates and, you know, young children would argue we don't have anywhere else to go sometimes. And those libraries are a source of pride in the community that they serve. And I think that the mayor is, you know, there's always a budget dance, they call it, where the mayor proposes a cut, then people fight for it, and then they get it eventually. I don't necessarily know if the mayor is going to eventually reinstitute this.
So let's talk about that dance, because as you say, it happens all the time, the dance between the mayor and the city council. It happens all the time, but this particular dance about the library cuts seem to be a little more intense than usual.
Yeah.
Why?
I think that's because The mayor, for one, he's running for president. So I think that anything he does is going to get a little more scrutiny than he normally gets. And I think that libraries for a lot of people are a life force, and they're really about kids and learning and culture. And I think, that in the past, Bloomberg would propose closing fire stations, for instance, and there would be a fight over that. And eventually the cuts wouldn't be reinstated. But with libraries, I think it's because it's such an important resource for young children specifically, especially in a city where there are a lot of poor people of color who really rely on libraries for a place to go after school if they can't go home right away, or to have access to a lot of the information and, computers and movies and various things that, other people have ready access to.
Finally, in about 20 seconds that we have left, how's this all going to be played out, and when is it going to be decided?
So the budget has to be passed by June 30th. The fiscal year begins in July. So within the next couple of weeks, all the budget hearings are over, and the city council and the mayor will have private negotiations, and eventually they'll come to a informal budget handshake agreement.
All right, Anna, thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.